Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for education, analysis, and opportunities in blockchain and crypto. Of course, we also like to keep you up to date with the latest news worldwide that affects the markets in crypto. And today we've got some big news in the world of DeFi. Ryan, you want to take this one away?
Yeah, okay. So there's an issue with Compound, which is an ERC20 DeFi protocol on the Ethereum network. And what's going on is there was a network upgrade a few days ago, and there was a glitch, a bug embedded in it, which essentially enabled users who were savvy to pull out a lot of money from its comptroller pool. And there was a backdoor way to increase the amount of comp in that pool and drip, and it was using this protocol called drip. And essentially there was a couple users who transferred about, I think it's hundreds of millions of dollars, and it came out to putting 160 million total at risk to be stolen. And so far there's already been about 30 million that's been returned. Just there was the founder of Compound, asked the users to, hey, if you received any money, illicitly, to return it. And so there has been some returns, but as it stands, there's still a lot of money that's at risk. And so it's a big hack of the smart contract protocol, something that is traditionally can seem to be pretty safe, but as we know, not foolproof.
Yeah, and it traditionally safe. You talk about Compound, Aave, these are the blue chip. These are more of the older DeFi protocols built on Ethereum. They've been around for quite some time. And this just goes to show that this is a new technology, a new market, and there are risks. So this is why people see these 300%, 5,000% returns in blockchain and crypto market. It is because it's emerging, and there's still a lot of growth. There's a lot of patches to fix, bugs to figure out. This was, like you said, this was during an upgrade. So it wasn't until they upgraded the smart contract that this bug even existed. And so every time that there's an upgrade, there's that potential. Now you see there's also decentralized blockchain insurance protocols. And you can see that when hacks like this happen, it adds even more value to those other protocols like Nexus Mutual or others that are there to have a collateral asset, a backing in case these things happen, to help make these others whole. So it'll be interesting to see how the decentralized insurance markets come about. That being said, $160 million glitch in a bug is no small loss, and we're really looking at not too bad of a correction considering.
Right. No. And it's interesting that the Compound knew about this bug days ago, and they already had it patched. But according to the way their governance model works, it takes a few days for the patch to become effective. So they were just hoping that nobody would discover this bug and exploit it. And then apparently they that bet did not pay off, and it was discovered. And so now now there's still comp that's at risk, and it's just we're kind of waiting. If you're a comp holder or if you're a supporter of this protocol, you're just kind of looking at the calendar, waiting for I think October 7th is the day when the implementation goes into effect. So yeah, this thing could still play out over the next day or two or next few days. And there could still be, further losses. So yeah, like you say, it's interesting to see how this will play out.
For those who don't know what Compound is one of the premier original DeFi protocols built on the Ethereum network. What that means is, in a decentralized way, they, of course, like you mentioned, there's the members are the ones who vote, so it's controlled by the community, but they allow people to lock up and store digital assets on the blockchain, which can be used for liquidity to back for borrowing. So it's a borrowing and lending protocol that's decentralized based upon the value of the assets as they grow in value and as more get locked on. It's all done through smart contracts. And it's just one of the beautiful examples of what can be done with DeFi. And these early bugs, these early exploits, it's like when planes were first being made, you got to figure out how to adjust the tail wing, the flaps, figure out what helps it run better. And these, these are just little hiccups on the road as we can, as crypto and blockchain continue to develop.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're a comp holder right now, it may hurt, but at the same time, it actually hasn't been that much of a drop in price considering, and I think a lot of that has to do with because Compound has such a reputation of being one of the premier projects. That being said, look at the difference between the cryptocurrency blockchain community versus traditional markets. You have the founder of Compound come out and say, we're hoping that people can come back and return what was taken, and they've already got 30 million back.
Right.
I mean, that's
well, also they already had a fix implemented prior to the crisis even going public. Right. And which is, as you know, in traditional finance, there's times where problems will just kind of linger and metastasize until they become huge. And there's a bailout or some kind of, crisis that happens. Whereas in this case, you had, they were getting ahead of it and already had a fix. It's just there's an issue with the way maybe this is a flaw that we'll see with not just with this particular upgrade, but also with this governance model. Where maybe we need something a little bit more nimble whenever there's these kinds of issues at work. Maybe a week or 5 days or whatever to implement a change is fine for certain changes, but maybe there's a class of changes that need to happen quicker.
Well, obviously, with all the hoopla, the volume is up 20% in the last day. There's a lot of people freaking out and trying to figure out what they can do, maybe to get their stuff off of Compound. But it looks like with the patch being fixed, and you look at the correction, it's modest. You said what, 10% over the last few days?
Yeah, from the last few days, yeah. And
it's just 3% this day, which in the world of crypto is a correction. That's a gift. That's nothing.
It's pretty mild.
We had another. Now, of course, we're going to leave. This is educational information. We're all in this together, and this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and research. We just want to help promote that research and get that out to you as fast as possible. So don't forget, if you like learning about these market news and crypto news, and you want to be abreast and kept up to date, hit that like button and that notification bell. We also do a live stream once a week if you want to have an interactive conversation. And we're also going to be dropping some videos to walk you through how to stake and add liquidity and download a wallet. So news, technical know-how, and a growing community of people who love to see technology make the world a better place. You had one more article, Ryan, that you pulled up that goes.
Yeah, that the main point there was that the patch had been implemented, but it just takes time for based on the governance model. It takes time to implement. So, or it had been voted on and approved, but it not implemented yet. So that was the main point on this one. And it goes into a little bit more detail about the drip function, about how money was moved from one part of the contract to another, where this bug was at.
Now, there's probably a little bit of game theory involved, right? Because if you take a bunch, well, I don't know. I mean, if you take that much, but you almost benefit from not destroying the comp protocol. Like even like the white hackers, if you took it, it almost benefits you more as a hodler or a holder of the protocol, not to destroy it and then your tokens be worthless, but to return.
But if you can go from having minor bags to big bags, even big bags at a discounted price is still big bags, right?
That's true. That's true. Of course, we know that right now blockchains are public, transparent ledgers, and we know it happens to the Russian hackers that always ask for the Bitcoin.
Yeah, that doesn't play out too good for them usually.
Doesn't play out too good. So, but yeah, thank you for your time. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, and until the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste. You have anything to share on that, Ryan?
No, that's it. You hit all the right notes.
Awesome.
Thank you.